Hello, everybody. I'm Pastor Josh, and I know it's been a few weeks since you've seen a video from me updating you on the happenings here at St. Luke's. I was on vacation, and then we were quickly with leadership, elders, council, and staff trying to figure out what we were going to do and how we were going to move forward as our prayers to have Phase 3 move us into public worship on July 12th were realized, but unfortunately the Lord said, no, it's time to be patient and time to endure. And so we're having regular meetings in leadership to discuss how we might best move forward as a faith community. St. Luke's has been around for 108 years, and we believe that the core of who we are is growing relationships through faith. We are a close-knit community. That's our in aspect. Our up is focusing on our up relationship with God. Then the in is with each other, and then out is with others. And we have a whole vision statement around that you can see on our website, and you can see around the building when you're able to come back in. It talks about being a church of choice in our community, about being loving, involved, connected, engaged in a faith community. It talks about meeting the needs of people and meeting the needs of our community. And I only bring that up because I know that it's been on the question and on the hearts and minds of our congregation that what are we doing about how we want to come together? One of the best parts about our congregation is how vibrant and diverse we are from our backgrounds and our experiences and how we come together. And so I know that there's going to be many people who are very happy with the decision to keep the building closed through this Phase 2 extension through July. And they believe that for the health concerns and responsibility to the community, that that's the best decision. And I also realize that there will be many who don't feel the same way, who are concerned about these decisions, concerned about maybe the political atmosphere and the health atmosphere. And maybe it's just the personal desire that they truly would rather risk infection with COVID than have to skip out on church. And that's certainly commendable as well. But for the time being, as we've looked to and researched and looked at what other churches are doing and realized the implications that we have to maintain safety, we just don't feel that right now is the appropriate time to open up public worship back in our space. With the responsibility, if somebody were to be exposed to COVID, to have to get information out quickly and efficiently to the whole congregation and any people who might come and participate in worship, and the exposure that it would require not only to the staff, but also to the volunteers who would have to help facilitate services and cleaning and all of those. It just didn't seem like right now was the best time to begin trying to engage in this reopening process. Of course, our prayers are that as soon as possible, we'd be able to move into a new season of this isolation and mandates where we would be able to meet in public in the worship center, in our sanctuary, and continue to conduct public worship each week. Until that day, we will trust and wait on the Lord. But I wanted you to know that for where I'm standing and where we're going to be talking with leadership in the coming weeks is when this all hit, and from one week we had service to the next week we were shut down, our focus had been on keeping the ship afloat. So we quickly tried to adapt to online presence to let everybody in our faith community know that they're not alone, that we are with them, and that we are still moving together. And that's been our journey and process, always waiting for that right over the horizon opportunity to come out of this and to re-engage in our regular rhythm of life and practice of worship and what it means to be faith community. Sadly, as we've seen the curve change, we're starting to notice that the curve isn't so much a curve, but it is a roller coaster. And in that reality, though I hate roller coasters, I began to realize that we are probably going to be in this for a while. In my own heart, in my own mind, in my prayer life, I began to realize that it seems like these mandates and COVID challenges are going to be around for a while. They'll ebb, they'll flow, and this is going to be a new social and cultural season that we find ourselves in. And so the leadership is going to be asking the question, how do we erase this whiteboard of how we thought we were going to do church and how we've always done church, and start asking the question, how can we grow relationships through faith, up, in, and out, with our vision, and meet people where they are today, where we can walk together? We don't know what the Lord's going to give in that, and so I ask that you'd pray for your leadership. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, to reach out to your elder and let them know how you're feeling and share your voice and what's going on in your life so that we can bring that to the discussions as well. But I want you to know our plan is to continue on in this ministry that is called faith. To consider how God has called us as church in Christ Jesus to come together in faith community and to share the Great Commission of making disciples of all nations today, I don't think Jesus has taken a hiatus during this COVID time. In fact, I think that he's been very active in the Spirit, working in and amongst people. But I think it's time to start getting comfortable and figuring out how in this new season, in this new landscape of how community is working, to figure out how we engage as faith community, where the new challenges are, where the new opportunities are, and how we can begin to take steps forward so we're continuing to live life together, as Hebrews 10, 24, and 25 encourage us to do. I wanted to take a minute to let you know this, and that we're all in this together, and we're all deeply desiring to be together and to continue living as church as we wait for the Lord to return in glory. I pray that this finds you well and your family well and all of your friends, and that you're having opportunity still to engage, whether it's in our Bible studies on Monday morning with Galatians, or in our confessional study on Thursday morning, or with Pastor Mike during Matins on Wednesday. I hope that you're reaching out and talking with your friends from the church and making those connections, and maybe sitting outside at a park or in your front lawns sharing a coffee in the morning or something. I hope that you're taking every opportunity to seek out spiritual health, mental health, physical health, and to make those connections. This season requires a little bit more proactive intention, but know that we are in this together, and that the love of Christ, which we share for one another, still abounds in these days. I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Sunday for worship. Looking forward to that opportunity, and there will be hopefully, Lord willing, a lot of blessed new opportunities as we engage here in the month of August and September. Blessings, friends. I'll talk to you soon. God's peace.